at the beginning, AJ? Yeah, it's a little bit wasted.
If you see in this video, that means you watched my most recent YouTube channel video that I posted, and it's currently 8:46 in the morning. And I'm going to do a rant really quickly, and I'm on my laptop, so don't mind the what's the name, the quality. Okay, so I kind of want to talk and go into a rant about African American Black people and politics and just African American people in any type of industry, period. So I love speaking on topics like this because I really go into rants all the time in my mind because I am a very deep thinker. So sometimes I think about things and it kind of put my mind into a different perspective to look at society as an entire whole. So one thing I noticed and that made me want to speak about this topic a little bit more is we all know Kanye West, how he recently just got canceled by almost I'm going to say about 85% of the world, because there are some people that's, backing him up. And I want to go into this rant because I feel like a lot of people don't listen to the people that finally speaks up, because everybody wants to label them as a word, which is crazy. Need to go to like the psych ward, things like that. Like people that actually speak up to stuff that is real that people don't want to speak up to usually get silenced by how the world sees them, or getting canceled. And in Kanye's defense, he got canceled by a lot of businesses, by a lot of people, close friends and everything. And this video isn't to go into like, oh yeah, I defend Kanye West and like I'm all Kanye. Like, no, I just want to dive deeper into a lot of the points that he made about the things he said in his interview and society as a whole, and what's been happening throughout the years of African American history, and also when it comes to any African American being in business, like social business, like the music industry, basketball, football, and everything. And I'm gonna dive deeper into this too, but I just want everybody's eyes to be open to everything that I'm gonna say. So I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm the person that's woke and my eyes are open, da da da. I see the world differently from how everyone else sees it. Yes, I do, but there are a lot of things that I feel like should be talked about within this society right here and right now, and especially when it comes to Black people. So I'm just gonna get started. First of all, I want to say, when it comes to politics, I honestly feel like politics were not built for African Americans. They were not. If you go back into the line of history of when slaves were finally freed, when the Constitution was wrote and everything of that sort, and how voting was counted back in the day for African Americans, like we weren't even counted as people. Just think about, I'm a search of when the Constitution was written. I know I should know this. I think it was like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. So because I want to make sure I hit you guys with everything. So it says it was written in 1787. It was ratified in 1788 and in operation in 1789. You hear that? 1789. And it's the world's longest surviving renting character of government. Okay, y'all heard that. 1787, when the Constitution was written. Now, when was slavery abolished. Slavery was not abolished until it was passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865. 1865. And ratified on December 6th, 1865. I hope these years are right. Okay, that's what it says. It says in 18. Hopefully the data, I got this off Google, so don't come for me. So hopefully all of that is correct. But that just goes to say that when it came to the Jew, all the branches of government, when it came to government, period, if it was written in 17 whatever, African Americans were not included, because slavery was not abolished until over 100 years after the Constitution was written, ratified, and put into operation in the United States. Now, let's dive more deep into it. Now, think about all the years that African Americans have been fighting for their rights. There have been years. We are still fighting for our rights today. So then we had to fight for our rights to be freed. We had to fight for our rights to vote. We had to fight for our rights to separate us from having to drink from one water fountain and the white people get one water fountain. If you think about it, during that time, a lot of people that were in office were white or whatever race they weren't African American. So African American people were segregated almost, I don't know how long we were segregated for, but the first step of us coming closer is when they ended segregation. So black people are in schools with white people now, and we can use the same bathrooms, we can use the same water fountains, and then now we can use the same bus. Now we get public transportation. Now black people got to sit on the back of the bus, and white people get to sit in the front of the bus. Then rows apart. Now we can sit anywhere we want. Now let's fast forward into now. Now, as African Americans, we don't even feel safe being in a car. Because if we're driving, we just want to go to the grocery store, we're scared that we're going to get pulled over by a police officer. They're going to find any reason to get us out of our car and kill our black men. Let's be honest. It was never built for African American people to win. Period. Just think about people, African American men that has got lost in the system since 1950 something or 1960 something. Like, there are people still in jail for petty crimes, and they will never be freed. Just think about it. Like, it was not built for us to win at all in this world. Think about it. Like, when you really sit back and think about the history of African Americans, no one could really tell us our history. The first thing I had learned about our history was slavery. The first thing I learned about being an African American when I went to school was slavery. After that, we were free. After that, I really don't know much about history about African Americans besides now on TikTok and everything, things that they invented, that they created, and everything. Let's be for real. Another thing, when it comes to African Americans, that people feel like they can buy us out. In my honesty, I really honestly feel like African Americans have built the United States from this world up. And I say that because African Americans are very, very smart and very, very innovative. Very innovative. When you think about it, I'm going to use a now example. Think about the men that are in prison. I know you're like, the men in prison. Think about it. There are men in there that know how to. I seen a video when a man made a whole entire phone in jail with just certain pieces. They know how to make their food certain ways. Everything. Men in prison innovate so much stuff. You can't tell me that African Americans didn't create half the stuff that they created in this world. I'm going to say another thing that African American people have that they can never take away. That is their way to go get up each and every day and make a way for themselves in any type of way. I'm telling you, African American people are the best people I ever met when it comes to the way they think, the way they handle business, and everything. The thing that African Americans have that they cannot take is our innovation, our mind, they can't really take much away from us. They can't take away our voice because we do speak a lot. What they try to do is they try to buy us out. They try to pay for our silence. They try to give us this, give us that, or take that away. One thing I can say why African American don't win as much as I feel like we should have and could have is because um there are too many people above us that are known as superior. You know, when it comes to the banks, who own the banks and who own this and who own that. And now it's credit. And do you have enough credit? And do you have this? And do you have that? It's just so many people that are in control of telling African Americans no. You know? And another thing I've noticed is sometimes I watch TikTok videos and it seems like people of different races can't even look at African American as a regular person, as a human being. They look at us like some people look at us in disgust or confusion or oh I don't want that person touching me or around me and stuff like that. And this is all to say that African Americans are one group of ethnicity that had to fight for their freedom all their lives, to be treated fairly, to be free, to to get the same treatment when it comes to court, when it comes to police, when it comes to just anything. And I feel like when it comes to this world, they don't want to give us a chance. And they don't want to give us a chance because they know we will win. So they want to keep this label of, or this stereotype of how black people are and how we act and, how we are in this world. And yeah, we've been fighting for our freedom for so long. So let me get into what I was going to say. I know that rant was like crazy and I hope it makes sense to people that are watching it. Now let's go into today's and how I feel like Kanye West made a really great point in most of the parts that he said. Now, one thing Kanye West did say was he was jealous of different ethnicity groups, because they stick together. Like, if one person do wrong, everyone behind them is trying to set that person free from their wrong. Like, cover their wrong or this or, that. Like, different, like, let me use this example. When it comes to white people, have you ever heard of white people like, oh yeah, I'm going to call my husband, he's a deputy, or I'm going to call this person, or I'm going to call my husband and this and this and that, or I'm going to call this person. Because at the end of the day, whoever they call, they know they can get them out of whatever trouble they're in. And that person is going to take up for them, right or wrong, because that's their people. They have to protect, they have to protect their own. When it comes to African Americans, I'm going to be honest. A lot of us don't support each other the way we should have and be a community. One part, like when Kanye West, like I know he said that slavery was a choice. And I didn't even listen to that interview to see what point or the principle he was trying to make. But he said that and everybody canceled him. Every black person was like, oh no, like why would he say that? Da 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 da. Y'all couldn't accept him. But I'm gonna be real. Your manager at your job can disrespect you or say something racist or smart, or even a customer at your job. You still gonna work at that job. You ain't gonna cancel that job because you still gonna want that check. It's like we pick and choose who we want to protect from this world. All right. So that is one point that he made that I was like, okay, that is agreeable. A lot of African Americans cancel out each other, but they're quick to support someone else. So he made a point with that. Another thing I wanted to point out that was a really, really great point, and this is from my very own perspective. And I can hit on this too. When it comes to African Americans, people are quick to shut us down and stop our motion just because of what we say. In the Constitution, the First Amendment. Let me search it up before I say it. All right. All right, so the First Amendment, it protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for a redress of grievances. I'm gonna read it again. It protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the rights to petition the government for a redress of grievances. All right, now that I just read that, I'm gonna pick 3 African American people. I'm gonna name them: Kanye West, Kaepernick, and Kyrie Irving. I'm going to say those 3 people right there. And when you think of all 3 of them, just think of everything they have went through just for the freedom of speech. Something that they have in the First Amendment, okay? All right. Kanye West went on a live and started talking about that the Jewish people own the entire world. Everybody saying he crazy. Let's be honest. We wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that. I'm not even in the music industry. I'm not signed to a label. I'm not none of that. So I'm not going to know who's above that person. Like with Lil Baby, I know he's signed to P. All right, there's P. Who above P? The person that's above P, who above him? Who owning it? Like, everybody have to understand that this world, when it comes to money and comes to business, it works in percentages. Everything works in percentages. Y'all gotta understand that. Think about it. When you get paid, a certain percentage of your check is getting minimized to pay for Medicaid and everything. There's a percent. We getting paid, the government getting a percentage of that. All right, with an artist. Okay, they own their royalties, but out of their royalties, someone is probably getting a percentage of that. Like if they got a ghostwriter getting a percentage of that. Or you got a music video, or the percent, everything works in percents. Y'all have to understand that everything works in percents. So some of the stuff he was saying does make sense. I don't know if it's true, and I'm not going to say it's wrong. I'm not going to say he was false. I'm not going to say anything of that. Because I'm not sure. I ain't Jewish. I'm African American, so I can only speak for myself. But what I'm going to say is, once he made that comment and he was real about what's really going on, he was canceled by so many different businesses that helped, and he helped them make money. So you know what they buy off of black people? The information and the resources. They buy that from us, and they use it to their own advantage in so many type of ways. And I feel like a lot of African American people don't see this. Think about it. All right. One thing I noticed was there's a lot of innovative things that were created that I feel like black people started doing anyway, and they were able to turn it into something so they can profit from it. Like, that is a way to make money. Like, basically stealing something from someone in the lower class and upselling it to sell it to the masses so they can make money from it. That's how the world works. In money, power, and percentages. Because somebody is getting a percentage of something. And another thing I could say about Kanye West, and he made a point here, and it was true. It went over my head at first, and then I started thinking about it. And he was basically saying, I forgot the dude's name, so I'm going to call him Ralph. All right. And I'm going to call the other dude George, because the only name I remember was Shaquille O'Neal. So, Ralph said, I'm doing 50-50 business with George, and I'm also doing 50-50 business with Shaq. 50-50. They both doing 50-50 business, right? 50% here, 50% here, 100%. All right? Kanye West said, there's no 50-50% in business. How's there 50-50%? Where's the 1%? Who holds the 1% of power to say? Who holds the 1% power over the other person? Who holds the 51%? Who holds the 49%? That's basically what Kanye asked. That's what he said. Shaq basically told him, mind his business. Worry about your own family business. And I can't talk to nobody that make more money than me. I mean, I can't talk to nobody that I make more money than. And he quoted Kanye West. Just goes to say, when it's time to speak up and speak on the truth, that's when everybody gets silent and they try to make the person that's bringing the real, they trying to victimize them. I mean, they trying to be the victimizer. Like, oh, you coming at me and you got all this stuff going on in your head, but you need to worry about the family stuff that you got going on. But let's be real, there's a lot of stuff that's in this world that's going on that people don't want to talk about. And why they don't want to talk about it? Because they're scared to get canceled. There are people that are superior than them that can call one call and get them shut down. One thing that Kanye West did is he holds 100% of Ye. He can go far with that, but just think if you were a famous person and the person you collab with canceled your contract. JP Morgan, a banking company that you invested your money into, canceled you. Your music going down. Like, just think about some of these things that in a blink of an eye, somebody can take the fortune and the fame away from an African American person, and they've been taken from us for years. 4 years. If it wasn't, African American people is probably the most populated people in the whole entire United States. Mexican people too. But if any of you guys know that when it comes to the white American race, their race is decreasing. That's why they wanted to stop abortions, because white American people get more abortions than African American people do. Well, I don't know if that is statistically correct, but what I'm going to say is that some white American people do get abortions because they have this high career. They're not ready for a child. They can't even take care of their child. That's one way. Another way is biracial relationships. There are black and white couples, so many black and white couples. There's no fully bred white Americans. So what is going to happen if there are more of us than it is of them? Way more. White people is close to extinction. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. It's just true. It's just honest. It's honest. White people don't even date white people no more half the time. Alright, my next point is Kaepernick. Alright. And you guys remember during the Pledge of Allegiance when Kaepernick started kneeling? On the behalf of black African American people. When he started kneeling down, other people started following him. But when there were consequences, everybody stopped. Everybody just stopped. I don't see nobody kneel down for real no more. I see them pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Justice for all. And we don't even get no justice. They probably didn't even create that in the name of us. Be honest. Let's be for real. That part, like, y'all gotta just think about it. Once Kaepernick did that, the whole NFL canceled. Let me see if Kaepernick even still played in the NFL. They canceled Kaepernick because he kneeled down. Because he kneeled down during the national anthem, which he have a freedom to. You are taking away his rights in the NFL because he wanted to kneel during the Pledge of Allegiance. Something that says freedom and justice for all, and we don't get no goddamn freedom or no goddamn justice. I'm finna see. I'm just trying to see if Kaepernick plays right now. Yep. This is what it says for Kaepernick. Is an American civil rights activist and football quarterback who is a free agent. Kaepernick hasn't seen an NFL field in 6 years. You know how much money he probably didn't help make the 49ers in his years in the league? Soon as he kneeled down, that man have not played in 6 years. He played for 6 seasons for the San Francisco 49ers. And then when he kneeled down, they basically took him out of the games and everything. And he haven't been in the field for 6 years. 6 years for kneeling down. 6 years for kneeling down. They don't want us to talk. They don't want us to speak. They want us to shut up, help them make some money, keep the world going around, and have control of us. All right, I'm done with Kaepernick because that just shows as soon as he did something. All right, let's go to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving shared a tweet of a movie that is out to the public for the world to see on Amazon that anyone could purchase, anyone could watch, anyone can go have the freedom to, right? Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna go to Kyrie Irving. He played for the Nets. Kyrie Irving has been, I think, let me see. Okay. It says on October 27th, Irving tweeted a link to Hebrew to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. It's a 2018 film driven by the anti-Semitic troops about Jewish people. He was suspended because he refused to say he has no anti-Semitic views. He declined to apologize until days later after his team suspended him without pay for sharing a movie that says Hebrew to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. And they want him to say sorry and prove to the world that he's not anti-Semitic against the Jewish people. All right, now this is where the rant come in for real. They cancel my man without pay. Y'all know how long Kyrie Irving been playing in the NBA? You know how much money he probably done made them? You know how much percentage of money they probably getting from this man? They're not gonna care. They're gonna find another man just like him to help them make as much money as Kyrie. And Kyrie getting up there in age. So they probably like, hey, we ain't no loss with Kyrie. We just gonna get a younger person. And then another thing that they do is, anytime a black person speak out about anything, this is why I don't speak about a lot of stuff, because I feel like if I get deep into these type of conversations, they're gonna come and try to find me. Because I be thinking and I be knowing a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't even open their eyes to. So let me go back to Kyrie. Suspended without pay. They want him to say sorry. They want him to prove that he's not anti-Semitic. Because he posted about African American history, Negro history. History people cannot tell us. Africans can't even tell us the history of African American people because they have their history already. They are African. They are from whatever country they are from, Nigeria, wherever they're from. What I'm saying is there's a difference between being African and African American. When you're African, you're from where you're from. Your country of where you're from. Your country has You guys were able to establish your countries and places over the years. Not saying it's the best of ours or anything of that sort, but what I'm saying is you guys have a nation and you're accepted. African Americans, we don't have no type of history that anybody can say anything to us about. And who's really going to speak up when it comes to us? We can't even speak up for ourselves because we still learning. We trying to protect ourselves in the world against people who don't even like us, and we not understanding why they don't like us. All right, another point that I want to make is that everybody want us to apologize when we say something about a different race, and especially the Jewish. And I don't know what's going on when it comes to Jewish people. I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying I'm anti-Semitic or nothing. I don't know nothing about when it comes to the Jewish people or anything about that. I just know what I know at this point, what I see as a whole in the world right now, in our society, and what we facing every single day. One thing I will say is they're quick for Kyrie to say sorry to the Jews. They're quick for Kanye to say sorry. They're quick for Kaepernick to say sorry to the nation for kneeling down to a country that don't even have the same rights for him or any other people. And ain't no telling what Kaepernick went through when he was growing up, because if you guys don't know, I think he have a movie or a series that's out that's about him growing up within I believe he was adopted. So he grew up with adoptive white parents. So he grew up in the world of what it felt like to actually live and breathe within society with more white Americans there than were black Americans. So ain't no telling what he faced, heard, or seen during his time that we don't know. I'm around black people every single day most of the time when I was growing up. So I never had noticed any racism or anything. I'm not prejudiced to tones that are darker than mine or lighter than mine. I love black people. Don't get me wrong. I would marry a black man. I do love them Spanish poppies, but I love my African American man, and I plan to love an African American man to the days of the days end. But what I'm saying is, like, everyone is so quick to accept everybody, other races and everything. When the Nazis did what they did to the Jews, everybody felt so bad for the Jews over these whole entire years, what they did. But ain't nobody saying sorry to black Americans, African Americans. Ain't nobody saying sorry to us. They ain't saying sorry we put you through these years of slavery. We sorry that we took a chunk, decades of your history you could have been making for your family and the people around you. Sorry that we did that. Sorry that we whipped y'all back to the point that you bled and you couldn't even walk or sleep. I'm sorry that I separated the light-skinned people and put them in a house, and I'm sorry for putting the darker people on the fields to burn and pick cotton. Oh, wait. I'm sorry for raping your women and giving them biracial babies, but still not loving the child that I gave you. Oh, I'm sorry, black African men, that we whipped you. Oh, I'm sorry, black African men, that we took you away from your families, from your wives, from your children, and sold you off to another plantation. Oh, I'm sorry, African Americans, for creating the word gang. And then basically saying that you guys created it. Oh, I'm sorry, African American people. I'm sorry for getting you guys out of slavery and leaving you piss poor dry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, African American people, that I keep putting your black men in jail for felonies. And when they get out of jail, they can't get a job but nowhere but at McDonald's or CDL at these days, which is a really great job. But I'm sorry, African Americans, that we put your man in jail for all these years that they couldn't see their child. Oh, I'm sorry, African Americans, for killing you guys in cold blood with a gun because we're terrified. Oh, I'm sorry, African American people, for George Floyd. Oh, I'm sorry, Black American people, for Breonna Taylor. Oh, I'm sorry, Black American people. I'm sorry I'm sorry for the years of stress and distraught and the nose and the whips and the racism and the everything you guys said to us and the lynching. Let's get into that. Let's get into this. Everything about history kind of makes me mad only because nobody want to speak on the real. Let's talk about KKK. There is no KKK activist that I know that ever said sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Black African American people, for lynching your children, for lynching your man. Oh. I'm so sorry for Emmett Till. I'm sorry for beating your little black boy because he whistled at a white woman. And we didn't want black men to be with our white women. And they don't understand why they love niggers. Oh, I'm sorry, African American people. Did y'all know that? During slavery, that there were more black people married than white people? Did you guys know that they will take the husband out of their homes with their wives and their children and sell the man off to work at another plantation? Did y'all know that? Did y'all fucking know that? Did y'all know that the reason our black African American dads are in our lives because it was not systemly made for them to be there in the homes? This has been years of history that was created for us and we didn't even know. Think about it. I'm sorry, African American black men, that we don't have jobs for you that pays you enough to take care of your family. Oh, I'm sorry, Black American people, that we couldn't give you the education that you needed or the life that you needed. Think about it. Some races have been set up for years and generations and generations and generations and generations because they had their time to connect together, figure out what they're doing wrong as a society, and be like, hey, this is what we're doing wrong. Let's do all of this together. We didn't have no time for that. We've been beaten, broken, everything. And now we fighting against each other. Now we fighting against the next person that want to get up in life because they trying to figure out how they did and they can't get there. You know? Like, this world is screwed up and it's messed up. It's not systemly made for black people. Let's be for real. Y'all know that we know that everybody that breathe, eat, and sleep on this earth know that each and every single black American person is not treated the same as other people. We know that. Look, listen, there's another thing too. I ain't even gonna speak on that because I get a trouble for that. So I'm gonna use another example, okay? Let's say Barbara. This her name. Barbara been working at Walmart for 25 years. Barbara know the ins and outs of the company. The managers that left that stayed there, the employees that left that stayed there, and everything. Barbara is a cashier. Barbara worked there for 25 years. Barbara is still a cashier. She get employee of the month. Barbara been working there for 25 years, and guess how much Barbara is only making? $15 an hour. And Barbara only makes $15 an hour because Barbara been working there for so long that she got some of the raises. But guess what? Barbara's still a cashier. Meaning, they're going to put somebody else above us, of them, before they put any of us on. And if they do put us on, trust me, we're not getting appreciated for the work we're doing, or they're going to put they're going to put us beneath someone so we can help them do the job that we was already ready for. Like, people just don't understand the way this world works sometimes. And I feel like a lot of us is being... And I think a lot of people aren't understanding that this world was not built for us. This is another thing I get into when it comes to missing people. African Americans go missing a lot, and try a lot, sadly, to the point that I think there's probably a serial killer or there's something going on that they not telling us when it comes to Black American people. A lot of us go missing, but there's no investigation on those missing people. They never heard of them. I don't hear any investigations. I never even heard them say we found a little white person go missing. That Jeffrey Dahmer show should tell y'all that. How they treat us. Oh, well, they living that life already. Well, maybe she, maybe he, maybe this. That's what they do. That's what they don't give. They don't care about it. They don't. I'm just being honest and I'm being true. I've seen things, and I never dealt with racism till I moved to Georgia. When I moved to Georgia, I started seeing a lot of things that I never seen when I was living in Chicago. In Chicago, there's so many African American people. I've seen stuff in Chicago that I haven't seen here. I've seen stuff here that I haven't seen in Chicago. A lot of different races are privileged. And I say they are privileged because, say this, you at work, right? All right, you at work. Say you a cashier, you working at Target, right? Not even gonna say Target, cause I love Target. I'ma just call a store and it's not even a store. Say you work at carpet store. Right? Someone comes to you, they're disrespectful and everything, they saying this, they saying that and all that. They're telling you so much disrespectful stuff. Right? Calling out your name, everything. You finally get your manager. Your manager honors it. Your manager and this person that you're checking out, they're not the same race as you. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm sorry. I did this. Now you feeling, because this person, they got what they wanted. Because they feel like they are privileged to have anything and everything that they want, no matter if there's rules or not. Now, this goes to say, the ruling is not the same for us. No, I've noticed things when it comes to police, the system, and everything. This world is not built for African American people, and I ask God every single day that He make a way for us out of this something. Because the way African American people get treated is poorly. The way they see us is poorly. How they treat us character-wise, pay-wise, is poorly. It's poorly. Poorly. That's where they want us to be. That's where they want us to stay. Beneath them. Think about if we actually had I feel like if it wasn't for slavery or everything, well, I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm appreciative of slavery, not because what they did to us, because I wouldn't be here right now and the person I am if Africans weren't my ancestors didn't go through the things that they went through to get me the freedom that I have today, the sort of freedom that I have today, and the certain rights that I have today, and to be African American. If it wasn't for slavery, I'm not even sure if Africans were even going to be sent to America. And I'm not going to tell a story. I really feel like everybody probably have a percentage of black and a percentage of white American in them, or European. I say that because during that time, white men will rape the African American women and they will have their children. I feel like after that, so if that child mate with somebody else, now that child it could be more African American than it is white American. But I'm just saying, like, all of us is not fully what we claim to be. All of us got a percentage of something. That's why I said this world working percentages. But nobody wasn't gonna say that. Nobody really wants to say it. Nobody wants to be real about it. But I know this rant is so long. I don't know if anybody gonna listen to it, but it just, the government is not made for us. It's not. And honestly, if there's still gonna be a constitution, the constitution needs to be read and revised. Some of the laws, because there are laws that protect people from. There are laws to protect laws. I mean, there are laws to protect people from certain laws, but it's really not protecting people. There's constitutional rights to protect people's rights, and they're not being protected. So this all to say is, when it comes to African American people, who's really protecting us? Who's really sticking up for us? Who's really gonna tell us about our history? Who's really gonna keep it real with us? Who gonna keep it honest? Like, let's be for real. I don't know a lot about my history. I don't. I know about, like, my grandma being from Mississippi, some of their history and their houses that they still own and everything, and the life my granddaddy lived. A lot of my great granddaddy Arthur, rest in heaven. He was in Mississippi. He left from Mississippi to go to Chicago to get him a job, and my granddaddy made a great living for himself. I have family members that served in the war. This is on my dad's side. My mom's side, I'm still learning a bit of their history. But this is all to say is, when it comes to our history, it stops at a certain point. So it's really to say, like, my rant is really to say, like, are African American really protected? Who's really protecting us? Who's going to save us? And the only savior that we have is God. I feel like that's why during those times, African American people were so spiritual. A lot of people don't talk about that either. When it comes to the stars and the moon, they depended on that deeply. And I think I almost went into a rant to someone about this, because I was letting them know, when it comes to African American people, I love African American people because the things that they've done, I feel like no one could have ever done in any type of race or history or whatsoever. The things we had to endure, and come on now, let's be for real. They on God, music kept them, spiritual music kept them going. The stars helped them fly their way, like the Big Dipper. The water, when they say wade in the water signifies a lot for us, because they will go in the water and hide from the dogs and from their masters, so their scent could be washed away. Same how we get our sins washed away, their scent will be washed away, so the enemy could not find them. Make it make sense. We're not here just to be here. We're not. We are spiritual beings in a world that's going through a spiritual warfare, and a lot of people is not noticing what's going on. Everybody think it's so dandy and sweet and and this and that and that, and people have to understand that certain things are actually real. Spiritual warfare is actually real. If it's society fighting against society, people fighting their demons, family, it doesn't matter. There's a spiritual warfare somewhere. And when you start to think about how this world really is, y'all should have opened your eyes when we started having COVID. When we started having COVID, they started shutting stuff down. People losing jobs, losing hours. People losing jobs, losing hours. People cutting people out. The rich helping the rich get richer. Then we're going into recession. Then we have the monkeypox. Then we have this. Then we have that. There's so much stuff I could speak about on this, but I'm only gonna keep it minimal. I'm gonna keep it bare. And if anybody have questions or a topic or something, I'll speak on it. But for right now, like, the only hope that African Americans have is to be better for themselves and their own community and their own family that they're building for generations to come. And I'm not saying, oh, don't build your mom up, don't build your daddy up, don't build your siblings up. At the end of the day, some of us do need to focus on ourselves so we can build a foundation and a foundation and wisdom and wealth for the family we're going to create into this world, or the world, or the family you already created. If you have children, I gotta say, I gotta thank God. I'm kind of in a fresh start, you know. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. I'm not none of that. I don't have any kids. I'm none of that. I got, nieces. I mean, nephews, cousins, and baby cousins I treat like kind of like my nieces and nephews and stuff. But right now, the only thing I could think about is like, sheesh, what career can I have that's I know it's gonna be here for the long run. In a way, what career job can I use right now to my advantage? How can I rip the government for ripping me? All right, let's go work. Let's get some hours. Let them pay me. Let them write me some checks. Cool. All right, let's get a hustle in. All right. Oh, let me invest into stocks. Let me invest into Bitcoin. Let me invest into some dividend. Oh, so my money is building itself. Oh, now I'm learning how to make money on the side with the job. Now I'm building generational. Oh, okay. I'm learning how to. Oh, my credit is getting. Oh, now I'm building to a financial. Oh, like y'all gotta make it make sense in this world. If you know they not giving it, go get it where you can get it and take it. Period. Take what's yours at the end of the day. And don't be scared to speak about anything, because whatever God takes away, something greater could come. So, like, just to say for Kanye West, they could cancel Kanye West right now, well, which they already did. Let's just say this, though. What if Kanye started taking everything back? Let's say Kanye West opened a bank. What if he opened a bank? What if he opened a school, a hotel, shopping center, African American owned? That's him taking. That's him taking right then and there. You want to know why? Kanye West opened a bank, black owned. And certain black people are like, oh, I'm finna go to this black owned bank. Just think about how many other of these companies start going out of business. One black man do it. Think of another black man opening a bank bureau. Then another open a bank bureau. Then another one got a shopping center over here. Then another black man opened a hotel. He just built this hotel over here on 6th Ave. Oh, now this black person own land. Now they got grocery stores and everything. They got franchises and everything on their land. Oh, they got homes. They got apartments. Oh, they own buildings. They own this land. They own these buildings. And they own. That's taken back. Take back the land that was taken from. It wasn't even taken from us. It was taken from Native Americans. And I don't even know if I'm Native American or not, because I ain't even do Ancestry.com. But sometimes I feel like I might be. I don't know. But I claim I'm black. I'm black, y'all. I'm black. I'm African American. But this is all to say that this world is just. And then another thing, somebody, I don't know who I was having this conversation with. Oh, I think it was the Kanye West interview. It could have been that. But it was basically saying, like, some of the smartest people might not have ever even read a book. They just know. During that time, African American were slaves, and we was creating and building stuff, and they didn't let us read or write. I know them white people. I know them people like. How they learning how to build this stuff? They don't know how to read and they don't know how to write. Let's make it where they have to have a college diploma. Let's make it they have to have a high school diploma to work here. We don't care about what they know how to do. They gotta have that education. If that education ain't behind their experience, we don't want them. Now to the point they ain't got their experience and they got the education, it don't work. You know how many black people are more qualified for a job than the person that's in position. The only person that person got in the position that they're in because they have a college degree and that person doesn't. But they know everything that person needs to know. Man, stop it. Man, stop it. Y'all are really messing with some superior beings out here. Superior. And I know a lot of us is losing our lives, and I know God is calling a lot of us home. R.I.P. my friend. But it's a lot of stuff. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just opening people's eyes to what it's been and what it is and what it always have been. Yeah, they stopped slavery, but that didn't stop racism. Yeah, they stopped segregation, but that really didn't stop segregation. For real. And there's a lot of stuff in the African American that is within African America that I feel like we need to fix. And if I speak on that, God forbid what's going to happen to me. The way y'all be acting. But it's real. And I'm going to hit the point real quick. I'm going to hit it real fast, real quick. Not only are other races killing our pride and our freedom and our willing to live and just exploring, but we also killing each other over dumb stuff, over pride, over money, over chains, over this. Everybody, let's. I'm gonna hit this one. I'm gonna hit this one last thing, and I'm gonna let it go because I know y'all gonna be like, why the hell am I watching a 1 hour rant of what? What I want to say is this. I was on Facebook, and this was after Offset passed away, unfortunately, and everybody kept saying he was a sacrifice. Da, da, da. Although I do believe that with anybody that's going to go into the world of fame, of being well known or anything, you're going to lose somebody. God is going to call someone home. That person is going to be a sacrifice to what you are about to begin. And God could have took that person because that person is stopping you. Or that person was just too good. You know, it's certain reason why God take people from this world. We don't know why. I lost some people that I feel like they should have never left. And I don't know who or what I would have been if they were still here. Like I needed that edge and that push for them to be gone. But this goes to say that when it comes to African American people, I'm going to be honest, guns, money, and clout have a hold on a lot of us. An entire hold on a lot of us. Everybody talk about, oh yeah, Offset was a sacrifice. The real thing is, why can't African Americans go into a public place together? And one person can have more money than that person. One person can have way less money than that person. They both be accepted the same. You know that post when it was like, my mom taught me to respect the janitor the same way I was respect the CEO? Come on now. So you telling me PNB Rock dead because they wanted to rob him for his chains and his money. So they shot and killed him. But nobody wanna speak about that right there. Not that he died and he was a good person. Let's talk about all the people that owns a gun and want to take something from somebody else because they don't have it or they don't own it. I don't got everything in life, but and it's some days where I'm like, damn. It's times I found wallets on the ground and I wouldn't pick it up because I wouldn't dare take from somebody else. Why would I take from somebody else when God might have something bigger for me? Or why would I take from somebody else when I would know how it would feel if somebody took from me? Why would I put that same heartache on somebody else when I know how it would feel if it happened to me? You know? Be real. So y'all telling me Takeoff died because whatever the altercation had happened, grown men picking up guns during a fight and shoots. If y'all gonna shoot, at least have accuracy. We're not even playing fair with ourselves. Y'all killing babies. Because somebody said F your dead homie. So now you want to go show him. Now you want to go prove your point of your loyalty. To who? To what? Because he said F your homie. Your homie already dead. No disrespect. So you going to be heartbroken somebody said F somebody that's already dead? I know it hurt. But chew it up like it's a Flintstone. Like it's that hard ass Flintstone vitamin. And take it like a G. Now somebody else did because they on Facebook talking about this. They want to act like a gangster. Then I want to prove this lifestyle of, ooh, I'm this and I'm... Y'all listening to these songs about people killing people. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to sometimes. Then y'all really go try to live this lifestyle. Like you him, like you that. Now you serving 35 years in jail for killing somebody because you wanted to prove you him, you that. And I'm not speaking to the people that actually have to defend themselves against people that is trying to cause them bodily harm, or trying to cause them, that's trying to rob this person and this and that and that and that. Yeah, I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the people that's just jealous of other people and what they got going. I'm talking about the people that can't get up off their own ass to go get it themselves. I'm talking about the people that let their past eat them up so bad that their past is creating their future. I'm talking about the people that's out here shooting and hitting kids and hitting babies. Another thing I want to talk about too is y'all be so quick to find the killer of a rapper, but y'all ain't gonna find the killer to your cousin baby because you don't want to be a snitch. You making these posts about how Offset, oh my God, Offset, is it Takeoff? I keep saying Offset, I'm sorry. Takeoff. I'm sorry, y'all. I always get them mixed up and let this listen. Oh, y'all need to stop. Takeoff is a good person and this and that and that. And he didn't deserve it. That man lived 28 long celebrational years of his life. And I'm sorry that he passed away because he was right at his peak. But let's talk about the 2-year-old that got shot and killed. That baby only lived 2 years of their life. Let's talk about the mothers that's getting shot and killed. Can't even see their babies grow up. Their kids can't even grow up to have a mother or a dad because y'all out here shooting and killing them. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the people that's holding the guns. No, I'm not saying let's talk about the people that lost their life behind it, because my friend lost her life behind a gun. I'm talking about the people that's holding the guns. That's aiming it up at someone to intentionally take someone's life. Because how you feel in that moment. Because you feel like, come on now. And I hate it so bad. Like, people be asking me, like, Ari, would you own a gun? Da-da-da-da. And it be times I'll be like, no. Why would I own a gun? I don't need to own a gun. God got me at the end of the day. Why I need to own a gun? Why would I own a gun? What do I need to do with a gun? Then I start to see how this life is. Sometimes I do think like, shit, do I need a gun? Will I need a gun? Like, what's going on? And sad to say, it's sad to say sometimes the most innocent is the people that's getting killed behind this, or getting hurt, or shot, or just want to go out and have a good time. But it's people that don't know how to have a good time no more these days. Like, y'all need to be for real when it comes to what's going on around us, and stop trying to find other reasons or other people to blame and stuff like that. And let's talk about the real deal problems that is going on and how we gonna fix them. The United States don't give about us. They don't. They out here building constructions. They don't care. They don't care if we killing each other. It's making it easier for them. Oh, let them take them out. And then on top of that, in Chicago, because that's where I'm from, Chicago, y'all know everything. They basically making a purge law. They don't open y'all eyes to see that they are willingly okay with y'all taking each other out, because it's making it so much easier for them. Oh, they killing each other. What? Ain't nothing we need to do. Let's just keep feeding their minds with it. Let them kill it all. Let them kill each other. We don't, think a white man is finna come to, you think a whole community of white people is finna come to a black neighborhood to celebrate a life of a 2-year-old that just got shot and killed? Post that on Facebook and watch all their comments. Read their comments. They're gonna blame the parents. They gonna blame everybody. They trust to believe. When it comes to other ethnic groups, don't nobody give up about black American people. And half of us don't even care about each other. So my rant really is to just open your eyes to how society really is and how people really are. And just find your place of where you fit in with yourself, not with society, not with the government. I don't vote. People be telling me, oh, Ari, go vote. I don't vote. I ain't voting for a president, a senator, a governor, and I ain't even voting for a class president. I'm not voting for anything or anyone. One, because there's only one ruler over my life, and that's God. I'm not ever putting another man in office to rule over my life. No. I don't really even care about politics. I don't. I honestly don't. It's not changing the problems that we facing every day. All it is fixing minor things to create a bigger problem later on in life. That's all it is. Temporary satisfactory. That's all they're giving us. Temporarily satisfactory. Temporary satisfactory. Like when they gave us them stimulus checks. Temporary satisfaction. They gave us stimulus checks, but they ain't raised no type of pays during the pandemic or nothing. They ain't say, oh, we're going to get him a $5 raise. It's a pandemic. People need more money. It's a recession. We know people need me. But now they're raising higher prices, but not up in the pay. So that just goes to say, if you work a 9 to 5, it's okay. It's okay. If you got a small business and it's not taking off as fast, it's okay. Find your niche, find yourself, find your way, and stay in your place, and stay in your own lane, and stay in your own motion. Because when you start investing in other people's business or what they got going on, and this and that and that and that and all of that, and that's when you start to lose. Start to lose your place in life. You start to lose your mind. You start to lose who you are. Find your place. Stay in your lane. When you in your own place and you in your own lane, can nobody really even with you? They don't know the path. They don't know the turn you making. They don't know what turns you're making. You could have made 2 rights and a left. And they probably thought you went straight. Because you're in your own lane. And it's another thing. This another thing that's probably going to be beneficial in this video too. Kind of to the point I made is stay in your own lane. Don't follow a crowd. Follow your own self. Even if it's lonely, even if it's 2 people, even if it's half of you, because you're still trying to heal. Go. And I'm saying that because it said You can see one person running the opposite way. You can see a man running the opposite way by himself, and everybody will call him crazy. But if you see one man running and a whole crowd of people behind him, then it's called a marathon. I had to think about that. It is so crazy. It's so weird that when someone wants to leap and go alone into something and start speaking on the real of life and everything that's going on, now they crazy. But if it's 10,000 people behind them, now it's worthy. Now it's a marathon. Come on, now y'all need to open y'all eyes. I'm not even saying that I'm woke, fake woke, whatever the case may be. I'm saying open y'all eyes to the real that is going on in this world today. Y'all don't want to look at the real. Y'all want to look at everything that is here for temporary satisfactory. Y'all are looking at things that are for temporary satisfactory, and y'all not looking at the long-term longevity of things that are in life that should be really prioritized right here and right now. But nobody want to speak on the real of that. Nobody want to speak on the real of what's going on in society. Y'all over here voting for people y'all can't even trust. Y'all over here rapping to people that get y'all over here living y'all life up to standards of a rapper that don't even post their real life on social media. They're giving you what you want to see because that's their job. Y'all think PRs and stuff getting paid for nothing? Stop. Get y'all minds right. Get it right. Understand what's going on. Open your eyes. Go outside. Breathe the air. Go start taking in the things that God has already given us. Go outside and smell the fresh air. Hear the birds chirp. Feel the air. Just stop taking life for granted. Because it can be gone within a second. It could be taken away within a minute. Like, y'all have to understand, like, the history that's behind us. I'm sorry. I'm going to speak on it, but I'm not living into my future with the history of what I've known about African American people. I'm not. I'm building my own legacy, my own history, and my own foundation within my family that I'm going to create for years to come. The children I'm going to birth in whoever I'm going to marry. I don't know who the hell I'm going to marry. I'm still deciding. I'm still waiting for them. But what I'm saying is, like, y'all need to start thinking about the longevity of life, not the temporary satisfactory of things that's giving you temporary satisfaction. Start thinking of the longevity. Is this going to be worth it for me in 3 years, 2 years, 4, 5 years from now? Let's be for real. Let's get on it. Let's start loving life and accepting life for what it is. Like, find your niche. Find your way. Like, y'all think every single day I'm just living in peace for no reason? No. I found peace within myself living in a world that's nothing like I want for myself and imagine life to actually be. Yes, I live in a fairy tale world. Yes, I dream rainbows and unicorns and hope everybody get along and everybody give hugs and kisses and colors and rainbows. And yeah, I do dream and think like that because I hope to have a life of just love, prosperity, understanding, and everything of that nature. Yes, I want a family. If I'm building a family, I want my family to be kisses and rainbows and hugs. And I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be no problems. Like the pot of gold ain't gonna be empty at the end of the rainbow. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I want to build a foundation of love and happiness and not a foundation of hatred and all of that. Like, no. That is not the history I'm gonna create. And that's not the history I'm gonna procreate. I see a lot of wrong in the society that we live in. From every race to every single person, individual, from everything. And I'm not here to judge. I'm not like, oh, I'm bigger and better than this person. No. I say these things so people can open their eyes to things in life that they see and probably could change and have enough time to change. Think about it. Time doesn't stop for nobody. Time don't stop for nobody. That's what people need to understand and realize too. When it comes to wealthy people, also, like y'all thinking when these people die and stuff, y'all think they don't bleed like us? Y'all think they don't cry like us? Y'all think they not going through something like us? They bleed just like they die, just like that. They live a life just like us. The only difference is it's more public. It's more people that's idolizing them. But not literally friends and family and everything right next to you that's going through these same things. You know, time not stopping for them, don't stop for them either, and it don't stop for us. And it damn sure don't go on pause, but it can fast forward because these years can go pretty fast. All you can do is press play. That's the only option that we have. We don't have an option to go back in time. Ooh, excuse me. We don't have an option to stay here today and not see tomorrow. And we still alive. I could be up for 24 hours. Today gonna be Monday. Today gonna be Tuesday, and Wednesday still gonna be Wednesday. I could be sad and moping right now. Depressed and all, in my bed for weeks. Now from November is December. Y'all gotta understand, time don't stop for nobody. Time is not waiting for nobody. Y'all need to realize it now and get going. Especially this is the best time. I only say it's the best time because COVID has slowed life down a bit. For us to kind of smell the roses a little bit. It's not as bad as it, but y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. God damn, y'all gotta wake up, bro. Y'all gotta see the real in this world. Y'all just can't keep getting masked with this stuff that's... Bro, y'all gotta wake. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta wake up, bro. Y'all got to. Y'all got to. This life is not playing with nobody. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all got to. Before we know it, everything is taken from us again. Before we know it, we don't... Come on now. We have to open our eyes to this. We gotta figure out a way how we can win as a society, within ourselves, within our families. What can we do better? What can I do better? Because like I said, I'm not better than nobody. But I'm gonna be honest. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, African Americans votes matter and we have to fight for this. I'm not voting. And I'm not voting because I know how politics go. How all the branches go. People can go into office and promise us all these things that they can do and will do and da-da-da-da-da and this and that and that. But they still have to go through all of these stages to get everything rectified and given and all of this. And then the thought of it, we voting in a world that is 50-50. This world not even a whole. We either gotta vote Democratic or Republican. Republican, red state, Democrat, blue state. Get her on your own. Let us give you some financial. Let's try to give you some help. Damn near hold the whole entire title. Let's end the stick. White America helping the black community. Y'all ever notice that? Mega was a big old thing when Trump was in office. Y'all seen how it was when Trump got into office. How the supremacists was. How the hell they get... When Biden got into office. Y'all see the difference? Y'all see what I'm trying to say? When it comes to Republican, Democratic. When the real come out, when the real vaccine come. Nobody was stopping Trump when he was saying all this stuff. They tried to get that man impeached. at the end of the day, you know how many people still honored and served that man as if he was a goddamn god? Y'all better open your eyes to the real, bro. I'm just saying. Find your niche, find your way, and stay in it. Find you, find yourself. Stop trying to be this world and please this world and please people, because at the end of the day, when you done pleasing them or they done getting what they want out of you, they're going to cancel you and send you about your day. But I'm sorry, God, I ain't mean to do a hour. I bet the 120 rant, an hour and 20-minute rant. I'm still gonna post this, but hopefully someone finds this interesting. If you have any questions, that comment or any topics or any views of this, like, you comment down below. I don't have a problem, but that's pretty much it. And I hope that this video opens someone's eyes or something like that. I will start a podcast, but I just hope this video opens someone's eyes to how this world is, and to understand it's not only them, and that everyone in this world is trying to make it. Everyone is trying to find their way. Everyone is trying to find your path. I feel like no one in this world is doing a great job, with or without money, poor or rich. I feel like the people that has the best hand in life right now are the people that aren't here anymore, and I say that because they're with our God in the kingdom of heavens. So they don't have much to worry about. They got everlasting peace. Right now we're still fighting for our peace, our everlasting love, and everything, and our patience, because we're still here living and striving. And I'm very proud of every single person that's watching this video or come across this video, to know that you are great. Like, you are amazing. Like, for you to live the years that you have lived in this society and how this world is, I am proud of you. No matter what you're doing, if it's big or small, I feel like no one is doing better than anyone in this whole entire world, because everyone has their problems. Everyone is still finding life. Everyone is still finding their peace. Everyone's taking a day at a time, and everyone's time is coming. Everyone's time is coming. Everyone's time is coming for something, for good or bad, for better or worse. Everyone's time is coming. If you put good out into the world for these last 2-3 years, and your time is coming. Your time is coming. Period. And I say that because, like, even with me, like, I have to understand, like, my time is not the same time as everybody. God got me on a different time still. And at the end of the day, time is just, I always say time is an illusion. And I say time is an illusion because time makes us anxious for things that are coming, because we have dates and times, and we're waiting for this, and we don't know what day it's coming, or what hour it's coming, or what time it's going to be sent out, and all of this. And let me put a date on this. I'm going to get this by this day. And the time is just an illusion, because you can make plans for June and you might not even be here. So do it now. Like, timing is an illusion for us to stay stagnant in the time that we are now, because we keep thinking we have tomorrow. We're not really taking advantage of what today is. So this is just for me to say, like, I love everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. I hope you're praying every day. I hope God just gives you another day to live. I just hope God is protecting you and give you a reason today to see why you should be living, that anything that you're going through, that God heals you and hears your heart, even when you don't have no words to say. Like, anybody that's watching this video, I really hope that you have a sense of peace when you leave this video from watching it. Like, I really pray and hope God just protect all of us in this world from everything. When I say I feel energy deeply, I definitely do. I could look at someone and feel everything that they're going through, and it hurts. And I know a lot of you are hurting, like hurting. Like, and I know, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm just going through it. I'm talking about hurting. I know some of you are hurting deep down inside, and I pray God heal your wounds. And I hope that you see the brighter days, and I hope you can look back at your old self and see who you are now and be like, damn, there's something new about me today that I didn't notice then. And, like, I just pray everybody just find their piece of hope and home within themselves, and peace and acceptance for themselves. So That's just the Ari rant that went on for an hour and 24 minutes. So whoever watches this, God bless you. Goodbye. Have a great, fantastic day.